More viewer discretion advised. Man, this Trench Crusade is some nasty stuff. We got a communicant from, I believe, the Pilgrim side, and this guy, wait till you see him. He's something else. Anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys in there. Alright, here we go. Trench Crusade, Communicant, Trench Pilgrim. Look at this guy. He's got a cross bolted to his face. Look at this. He's got a cross bolted to his arm. This guy is brutal. Just to give you a quick example of the size of this guy, here's another Trench Crusade model. This is actually a little bigger than some of the guys, but you can definitely see how big this guy is. What a monster. What a monster. Alright, for this, again, we're going into, I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone to try out some of these technical paints, and the one we're going to use is this Rust by Dirty Down. Just for a quick reference, I do have the other two. I picked them up in a 3-pack. Go ahead and get them. I think, we'll see. But I've seen, there's a ton of videos out there on this stuff, and from what I see, it works terrific as long as you use it correctly, and we're going to try and do that. But for what we're going to do here is we're going to do the base. We're going to do, look at this base, by the way. Check this out. I've been sitting on these bases for a while. It's square, not round, but you know what? It is what it is. It'll still work. But look at the faces. Look at this. What a cool, and I thought, wow, what a perfect model to go on it. Stepping over, swinging, great, perfect. I love it. Anyway, what we're going to do is for his skin, we're going to go a light, an ivory with a purple wash to give it that worn, almost dead look, I guess, if you want to say. And then we're going to do a little bit of green work, probably here, I think, for his cloak there, or his what do you want to call it? His robe. And then we're going to do dark metal on all of the metal. We got our formula for the skulls, and then he's got some wood panels here, and he's got this deal. He's got some skulls, but that's going to be umber. Looks like it's wood with a little bit of metal work. But anyway, this is going to be a fun little video, and the star of the show is going to be over here with the bells. I think that's the focal point, pretty much, besides the cross on the face, which I will do with a little bit of gold to make it stand out. But here it is. We're going to use this rust all over this and see what it comes out. And you know, experimentation, that's what we're all about here these past couple weeks. All right, so stay tuned. Let's get it done. I wanted to try out a different formula for my filming. Instead of showing each particular color, or this is the tricolor series we're going to work with for the rocks or the face on the bottom. We're going to start with a dark warm gray. We're going to do a mid-tone of warm gray and do a highlight of bright neutral. And we're going to do the same with most of the other colors. So I'll just show you the trio of colors that we're going to use, and I'll try and just use 3 clips, one of each. Well, you know kind of how I do. Maybe I'll have multiple photos in or clips in the same shot. But so on this one, we'll do dark camel green. We'll do a mixture of dark yellow green, and then we'll do a highlight of yellow green, so on and so forth. We can do the same thing with the browns as well. We've got the dark umber. We got the mid-tone of light umber, and then we got the highlight of green brown. You know, it's going to be something like that. So I'll show the trio of colors before or during the video or the clip, so you can see what paints we're using. All right. There we go, quick and simple. We just stippled that on there, and then when we put a wash over that, that's going to look really nice. It's going to blend all of those colors together, and it's going to look great. I'll probably use a little bit of either Agrax or maybe even a little bit of green, just to throw it, a green wash, to throw it in there just to give it a little discoloration. And we may even come back and do a couple little touch-ups, but it is the ground, and it is what it is. It looks great, and once that wash is on there, like I said, it'll look perfect. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to move on, I think, to the skin, and we're going to do that with an ivory. All right, let's do it. We've got the quick base down for the skin with that dark ivory. It looks great. You know, we clipped a few things, but that's okay. We're going to come back and finish it because I knew the skin was going to be, you know, it's more recessed, and you're just going to clip stuff. So don't worry about it. Do the stuff that's further in if you clip stuff, because you know you're going to paint it afterwards. All right, so just a quick tip there. Always do the deeper stuff before you do the outside stuff. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the cloak or the cape, and we're going to start that with this trio right here, the camo green, the dark yellow green, and then yellow green. Alright, let's do it. We got the skirt, or whatever you want to call that. We got that tunic. We got that down. Man, look at that. We used, what did we do? We used camo green. We went to dark yellow green, and then we went to yellow green. And I actually took a little bit of that bright neutral gray and mixed it in, and I tipped everything real quick, just real slow. Give it a little more contrast. And again, we don't have any wash on that. We're gonna do that later to muck him up. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move on to the metallic, and for that we're gonna be using just dark silver for a base of all the metallic except for the crosses. All right. Let's do it. Hey guys, I just want to stop real quick and just ask if you could hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, share the videos. It really helps push this channel along so we can continue to make these videos. And I really enjoy doing it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. But anyway guys, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Alright, let's get back to the video. Alright, there we go. The brown and for the wood is all done except for some wash. We got the handle, we got all of the little trinkets he's got on his back there, these little shield things, or gravestones, or whatever you want to call them. They look really terrific. And man, when we get that rust on there, I'm really excited about that. It's really going to pop. Alright, so what we have left pretty much is we've got to get the hood, and we've got to get the crosses. There's 3 crosses, the hood, his skin. We are going to do a purple wash or a magenta wash to give it that eerie deadish look, but not dead. And then we have the rust. So we're almost there, and some wash on this. So we're almost there. We're really close here. We're down to the fun stuff now. All right, let's get the hood and the crosses. Alright, there we go. We got the hood, we got the crosses, and I did all of these little skulls. You've seen me do these skulls a million times. I use a drab brown, I use a bone, and then I use an ivory. And I just do the 3-color thing. You can zoom in here on these skulls. See? Aren't those nice? Super easy to do. Right? Alright, so skulls are done, and pretty much it's just a general wash. I did print this up and I painted the skin real quick, and because I just want to test out the magenta before I even put it on here. So I may not even use the magenta if it's too overpowering, so I'm definitely going to water it down here. I'll show you what we're talking about. Let me bring it over here, right here. Magenta Wash Pro Crew, and it's one of the amp colors, and I just want to test it out. And so in the next clip I will be moving forward with the skin, either with an Agrax, a green, but I would like to do the magenta, but I'm gonna test it on this. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, there we go. I got that magenta. Man, I watered it down to almost nothing, just like a really thin filter, and it just gave the skin a pinkish, and the crevices a pinkish glow, which it's perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to get a little bit more, and I'm going to run it over the veins real quick, and then I'll come back with some of that ivory and touch that skin up, and it's going to look awesome. All right, let's do it. Before we rust and blood him up, this is what he looks like. He's done, except for a matte varnish. That looks pretty cool. I mean, I didn't put any wash in here because I'm just going to do the rust. But if I would have stopped here and didn't do the effects, I would do some, wash in there, maybe even some red wash, just to give it some color. But he looks pretty sick, just like that. But because we're experimenting, we're going to go ahead and push forward with the blood work that we did last week, and then I'm going to put this all over the metal on his arms and on all of those bells and stuff like that, and we'll see what happens. All right, let's do it. Alright, there we go. What a crazy little paint, man. You know what? That rust stuff is awesome. I really love that stuff. I've seen the videos and I thought, oh, okay, but I thought you might really have to work it on there. I heard some horror stories, but it was all wrong. I just put it on there real thick and backed off, and boom, it worked like a champ. If you want rust to look like real rust, go get this stuff. Where'd it go? Dirty Works, right? Dirty Works rust water soluble paint. Man, cool stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And I'll catch you next week.
Just listen.